Welcome to the Blue Way Talk Show with your host, Duane Bluestein. And not Miss Shelley Marie. Sorry, it's my dog, Koroun Butler.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain. Still getting over last night a little bit, but doing all right.
Last night was crazy.
Yeah, it was nice. Good turnout. Never, seeing all the masks and everybody kind of taking in and everything, taking in the whole event. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, the Masquerade Ball was supposed to be the grand finale of the tastings that we started in March. And the great thing about it is it kind of closed the way that we kind of opened it up. Okay. A new kind of idea of the pantry rate and everything like that. And we worked it out. It looks good. It looks good. We're waiting on season 2 to come. I don't know when we're going to start that.
I'm sure everybody is. Because everybody that was there last night is like, when's the next one?
Right. And we've been sitting around saying, we need to take a break. We've been going straight on since March, and we're like, okay, maybe we'll cut it here and then come back to it probably in February, March, and then kind of break it down from there. So
I think that makes sense. I mean, you got everybody, with the holidays coming up and all that. You don't want to really infringe on that and have people having to make decisions on are they going to support this or support that. So take a step back, get a breather. You get to relax. Shelley can let her hair down. And just kind of plan out and just hit 2014 hard.
Real hard. Hey, listen, I want to wish Shelley a swift recovery. She is under the weather right now for this, but when you have good people, good family members, part of the Blue Way can just kind of jump on in when you call them at 4:30 and we go on a show at 6. Koroun, get down here right now. I need help. So I appreciate you jumping in. Most of these topics now, this is how the rules go. I kind of hand you the paper right before you sit down, and then we just kind of go with it from there.
I'm good with it. Keep it simple.
That's what it is. But we do want to add, we were speaking about this, the producer and I were speaking about doing a Blue Flame tip of the week. Okay. There are so many people that love cigars. I mean, I was talking to my buddy Cedric Sabalas, and we do a Monday night football kind of thing there, and they were smoking cigars. Right. And I said, who y'all go through? And they came up with some weird name. I was like, no, we can't do that one. We can't do that one. But the people last night, as we incorporated, the Blue Flame Society, a part of the Masquerade Ball, it kind of was a hit. I mean, we had enough people out there coming in and out, being a part of it. So what I want to do is I kind of want to include you to do 1-2 minute episodes to be able to educate people on cigars. Because, I don't.
Yeah, and I mean, we definitely can do that. I mean, that's kind of what Blue Flame has been all about since we started is, education. Like I said when I was on last time, you're just kind of providing that kind of safe haven to ask questions and get a little bit of tutelage, if you will, on what to do. So when you go out into your neighborhood cigar shop or whatever, you know a little bit. You know at least enough to get by.
Yeah, so you're just not walking in there saying, "Let me have that one. What does it taste like?"
Exactly,
because that's what I do.
Or what's that green wrapper over there? Yeah, exactly. It helps to have a little bit of knowledge. You don't have to know everything about everything, right? But if you know a little bit about a lot, you're good.
Well, this is what I need from the audience. Here's the deal: for this to work, and there's only you are the only ones that can make this work. I need you guys to ask questions, write in, subscribe to the show. And speak to this gentleman right here, the Koroun Butler, Blue Flame. Please reach out to him, and we need at least 20 people to get this thing up and going. And if I can get at least 20 people to agree with this, we'll keep this going on a continuous basis because there's enough people out there that want to do this.
And I will respond. So if you have a question, whatever it is, I don't claim to know all the answers. But if I don't know the answer, I know where to find them. Right. And you may not. So let's just engage. I mean, it's all about knowledge. It's all about, pushing everything forward and helping everybody out. So let's do it.
Yeah. Reach out to the Blue Way Talk Show. You can find us on Facebook, and you can subscribe on our YouTube page. All of us have YouTube pages. So it's the Blue Way Talk Show, Blue Flame, Domestic Diva Catering. And no one kind of knew what we were doing yesterday. And what'd you think of our launching of Culsire Television?
I thought it was good. I know Lene. We're actually in another organization together, National Sales Network. So I was familiar with her organization or her company, and it's kind of a natural union. Really. I mean, when you talk about trying to cross over into all different areas of media and so on, it just makes sense.
Yep. And when you introduced us, I was like, okay, I had been looking for someone to put our shows on television.
Right.
And we knew that, I mean, I do enough events that are on CBS and Fox Sports, but our audience is more online.
Right.
More
Correct.
people are online doing their thing online, and we just felt that was a perfect match for us. So I really appreciate you bringing her around because she's good people. So Lene, bless. Culsire Television, please. Culsire, that's CULSIRE.TV, and you can find all of our shows. We got the Blue Way Talk Show on there. We have Domestic Diva, Pantry Raid on there. We have the Grip Show on there. We're going to start working on a couple more episodes. We are going to start this Mogul in Training.
Okay.
MIT. So we're going to go out and find 6 to 8 young entrepreneurs and put them in a television show, and it's going to be called Moguls in Training. So
awesome.
Get this thing up and running and show everybody that the Valley does have some smart, intelligent entrepreneurs, because that's what we all are, just entrepreneurs out there trying to make it work. So I went to a event this weekend. Mr. Dick Gregory,
phenomenal guy,
funny dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely, just a phenomenal guy.
Funny guy. I was laughing because this old man was up there, had his arms crossed, just talking crazy to everybody. I mean, if he didn't call us stupid once, he called us stupid 20 times with no problems and everything. So,
well, what's neat is that the event that you're speaking of, the second annual Senior Awards Luncheon, Diana Gregory is his niece. And Diana Gregory has been a presence here in the Valley for a long time.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, National Sales Network that I'm part of, the chapter here, she was instrumental in getting that chapter started because she was leading a chapter and very active in the chapter in Chicago. So she's had Dick come and do some things for National Sales Network as well. But her Senior Awards Luncheon Banquet is always nice. She's doing some great things here in the Valley to help Valley seniors make sure they're not going without food, without adequate help within their homes or assisted living facilities and so on. So it's just a phenomenal thing.
Well, one of the great things about the seniors is my whole drive was bridging the gap between our youth and our baby boomers.
Right.
And because our parents are getting older, one of the craziest things about it is I didn't know how much work it was to take care of a person that's getting older.
Yep.
And I see my mom, and you see my mom at all of our stuff,
right.
But last night she was worn out. She was like, I'm worn out. I was like, Mommy, all you did was sat there. You sat there and you had a couple drinks, but you know what she said.
She got there nice and on time.
Yeah,
so she kind of rode through and saw everything getting set up and all that. So if everybody else's night was 3 hours or 3.5 hours,
right,
hers was about 4.5.
Right. And she did. She hangs out, and my mom is amazing because she's there for all of our events, but she is still a baby boomer, and those are the individuals that we need to understand how to take care of them. And that is our biggest goal, is to try to bridge the gap and get our baby boomers their knowledge to tell us what is it to help treat you or help support you.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. It's no matter what we want to do, because we all have our ideas as to, okay, we want to be able to provide this, we want to do that.
Right.
But the key is being engaging with them and finding out how, it's kind of that help me, help you.
Yes.
Finding out what they want, because you could have the best of intentions, and if your view of their future, they're going to yours isn't in line with theirs, it's not going to work.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right,
so you're going to be, putting out all this effort and this money and all this other stuff, and they're going to still be over here doing their own thing. So, I mean, you really have to kind of sit down and have that conversation, figure out, how involved they want you to be, and what they're willing to allow you to do.
Right. And because they are very here. Sorry, guys, we are live, we have a special guest that's coming in, and our special guest is Rampage from the Flipmo Squad. So they're probably lost trying to find their way here. So I'm just kind of as we go on. But yes, our baby boomers are so independent,
right?
And what makes it crazy is because they're so independent, you can reach out to them and say, okay, what do you need us to do? But they still in work mode.
Right.
I mean, they're still grinding. They're still trying to do their thing. And we're trying to say, okay, but you're getting old. But old is not that what old used to be.
Right, and you got to understand too. It's a tough step for a lot of people to get to that point in their age or their life where they have to come to a realization that they are going to need help.
Right.
So some people are kind of looking down that tunnel and they're like, okay, I know I'm going to need it, but I'm not there yet.
Right.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to relinquish this, this aspect of my life. I'm not ready to, move into in-laws' quarters. Not ready to give up my car. Those sorts of things.
Please stay active because I need that knowledge. Because y'all some smart people. I mean, listen to Dick Gregory. He was telling us so much knowledge, and at times I'm receiving this knowledge,
right?
But then I'm feeling him scoldness.
Of course.
I was like, yeah, you right. You right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and we have been watered down, and we're going to talk about in another segment. He brought up a point about racism. He says racism isn't about color anymore.
Right.
It's about the haves and have-nots, and I want to kind of speak on that later on in our society segment. But he really kind of opened up my eyes in so many different areas where I was just like, man, yes, and I agree, and I know he's a civil rights leader, and he was with Dr. King, and he was just very, very on his game, and
that's the thing. I mean, he's a tremendous elder statesman, if you want to call it that. I mean, having seen the things he's seen, going across generations and having reached out, reached back, reached forward to try to help other people out in a lot of different ways and educate, and using comedy as a way to educate. Right. And when you think about a lot of the great comedians out there, it's funny. A lot of it is satirical or whatever. Right. But they're teaching us something. Yes. And you have to be willing to kind of look at it and take from that what you can and see how you can apply that into your life. Right. So,
hey guys, you are on the Blue Wave Talk Show with your host Duane Bluestein and Mr. Koroun Butler with Blue Flame Society. Look, here's my question. I wanted to come to this because I saw this. Government shuts down. The government shuts down.
Yep.
Gas prices drop. Mm-hmm. Okay. But we lost $84 billion while they were closed. How does that work? How do you when you shut down? Like if I shut my door, how do I lose money? Well, I understand that I need profit to come in and things, but it's the government. So where?
The government is an interesting beast. It's an interesting entity that, if it were truly run like a business, it wouldn't.
Right.
So I think you kind of take conventional wisdom as it relates to business and profit and loss and those sorts of things, and you throw it out the window when you're talking about the government.
So do they make money?
They generate revenue.
Okay.
And how they spend it and where it goes, nobody
knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Correct.
So I had a conversation with Shell last week, and I said, Shell, the government is shut down, but every sporting event is up and moving. Mm-hmm. Every sporting event is moving, making money, but these places have billions of dollars. So how come our sports networks go and run our government? Because obviously they know what they're doing.
Well, but I think those entities like that are definitive for-profit agencies are actually change that, because the NFL is actually not a for-profit agency.
It's a nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit. So that's a whole nother thing.
I know.
But you take what you know about business, throw it out the window, and put the government in its own little pocket, and go crazy trying to understand it.
To figure it out.
That's basically what we're working with.
Well, it drives me crazy. So, like Dick Gregory said, I'll pay y'all when I raise my debt ceiling up.
Exactly.
So I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, don't withdraw any money from my taxes this month. I'm with that.
Because y'all want me to continue to pay taxes on the food that I bought all this week, but y'all been shut down. Y'all got me twisted with something else. But,
exactly.
So listen. You're on the Blue Wave Talk Show with your host Duane Bluestein, my stand-in homie Koroun Butler for the Blue Flame. We got my guy coming in. Rampage in the house. He's in the building.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys in 2 seconds.